Hello, I'm Christine, and this time for Stories I Ate, Stories I Ate, Stories I Ate this month.
Off the hook, but the phone never rang. Beast on the beats, no claws, no fangs.
So it's already December. I'm rocking a bit of a clown look today. I watched a lot of films. I read almost 4 books. Let's get right into it.
Bring your crew, invite the whole gang.
The first book I have here was Shadow of the Fox by KAGAWA, which was our November BOOKSPLOSION book of the month. In November, we worked with Harlequin Teen. So Shadow of the Fox takes place in a world where every 1,000 years, there's this dragon that emerges and will grant a wish to the person who summons it. And to summon it, you have to say this specific, really super long prayer. And to protect said prayer, it's divided into 3 scrolls that are hidden throughout the land as to prevent evil people from gathering the scrolls when 1,000 years comes and summoning the dragon and making a terrible wish. So 1,000 years ago, whoever made the wish kind of plunged the world into chaos, and now 1,000 years is coming again, and some shady peoples are after the scroll, and our lead character, Yumeko, is tasked with protecting it. She's trying to get to the pieces of the scroll before shady people get to the scroll, and it's a really fun adventure-filled road trip-like book. Yumeko, our lead, is actually half kitsune, and the whole book has a lot of Japanese mythology, which I found to be really, really fun. This is actually the first book in a trilogy. To me, it felt a lot like a Percy Jackson book. If you're into that clever mythology fantasy blend and that fun, like, adventure format where they have to, accomplish a lot of small tasks that eventually lead to something way bigger, that's what's going on here. I love learning about mythology, so I ate this baby up. I did the audiobook, it went super quick. I had to listen a little slower sometimes because there are a lot of new words. It's a fantasy, so we're, building the foundation of this world, but by the end of it, you feel like you have a really good grasp on it, and you're ready to keep going with the next book. If any of that interests you, I recommend picking up Shadow of the Fox. Movies! I watched a lot. The first being Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, which I have an entire, very long review and discussion for. I'm just gonna send you over there if you want to hear my thoughts on it. I'll put a link in the description. I finally watched BLACKKKLANSMAN, which was really, really great. It was really well done, and it was really just chilling in general. It definitely gets an A. The next book that I read in November was actually my own book, and it was the last pass before it goes to print. This is an art copy. If you don't know, again, but better, is a rom-com coming-of-age story about a girl in college who studies abroad. It's available for pre-order now, and the link's in the description below. Oh my god, you know what? That's a lie. I read almost 5 books this month because I read all 8 stories that are currently available in the Ghost of the Shadowhunter Market series of short stories by Cassandra, CLARE. They were so good. There was a lot that felt like it was gonna be really relevant to the last hours, but there was a lot of big reveals about stuff that involves TDA. And every time I finished a story, I was like, how is this not mandatory to read? You should really, really read it. It starts getting really important and relevant to TDA at the Wicked Ones. If you haven't started Queen of Air and Darkness yet, I would read the Wicked Ones, The Land I Lost, and Through Blood, Through Fire. All very relevant to Queen of Air and Darkness. But in general, like, all of this was great stuff. I loved every exquisite thing so much. It made me really emotional. Oh, Cast Along Shadows also made me emotional. These are about characters that we're gonna see in the last hour series. Ghost of the Shadowhunter Market, books 1 through 8, get an A from me. My favorite, the Wicked Ones, I was freaking out as soon as it started because I was like, I've wanted this story. I've wanted this for so long. And then The Land I Lost was fantastic. You just need to read this. So they come out in a bound book next year, but they're out on ebook now. John and I had a random craving to watch a Christmas movie, and Netflix is just throwing up. They're vomiting Christmas movies. They must add one movie that did really well. They're like, oh my god, these are cheap to make. Let's make 1 million of them. It was recommending me this movie, The Christmas Wedding Planner, and we started it, and I swear it's like the worst movie I've ever seen. Definitely the worst movie I've ever sat through in its entirety. And we sat through the whole thing because we were like, it's so bad that, like, I can't stop watching it. It's so terrible. I'm just like, is this the first time the actors have ever acted? Did they have a budget of like $100? It's like all shot in this one house. There's like 2 locations that they keep clearing out and resetting. Some scenes don't even feel like it was scripted. It was just like, was there a script, or they just put them in a kitchen and tell them to pretend that they're there to bake something? I don't know. Did anyone else watch this? So, The Christmas Wedding Planner gets an F. I don't think I've ever done anything an F, but it's getting an F for me. I wouldn't watch, it hurt me. Oh, are all the Netflix Christmas movies like this? Are they this bad? Like I thought they were gonna be cheesy bad. This was another level. The next book I finished this month was OTHEREARTH by Jason Segel and Kristen Miller. This is the sequel to one of our Booksplosion books of the month from last year, Otherworld. It's got kind of a Westworld vibe going on. So our lead character loves this video game called Otherworld, and there's an upgrade, and upgrade's in beta, where you don't wear like a headset and gear and stuff to go into this virtual world. You wear a disc on the back of your neck. No one has it except for beta testers that are under watch by the company. But turns out there's a huge glitch with the discs. Like you can feel everything and experience everything like you're literally there, but you're actually getting hurt when you get hurt, and it can actually kill you if you get killed in the game. Our lead finds himself trapped in the game in the first one, and he's looking for this girl he likes who's also a beta tester and is also trapped in the game, and they're trying to get out together. Now this is the second book in the series. The company obviously is corrupt because even though this is happening, this huge glitch, they're trying to roll forward with this technology in some way, and OTHEREARTH follows that journey right where it left off in Otherworld. So I got the audiobook for Otherworld, and I also got the audiobook for OTHEREARTH. Jason Segel does it. He does a great job. He's the actor from How I Met Your Mother who plays Marshall, if you don't know. I just turned on this audiobook and had it going for hours while I was doing stuff around the house, and it was so fun and so easy to listen to. Before I knew it, I had like 3 hours left on it. In general, I think the plot arc in OTHEREARTH wasn't as strong as the plot arc in Otherworld. I still had a lot of fun. The next movie I watched this month was The Meg. Boy, did I have a fun time watching this ridiculous movie. So John and I hadn't seen each other for like 2 weeks, and I was home for Thanksgiving, and we watched it over the phone together. It was just so much fun to make fun of, whilst also being fun to watch. I'm gonna give it, I wanna say B-. If you like ridiculous shark movies, this is one of the better ones. The next movie I saw this month, and this is actually technically December, but whatever, this month, because I already saw it, was The Mortal Engines. It's actually coming out December 14th. I was lucky enough to be invited to do the press junket, so I was invited to an early press screening, and then the next day, I got to talk to some of the actors. I haven't read the Mortal Engines books. The first one came out in like 2001. I guess I just missed it. I haven't even heard of them, but the concept is so cool. You've probably seen the trailer for the film. It's made by the same team that made Lord of the Rings. It takes place in a future where cities have been forced to mobilize. The opening scene is just so mind-boggling and cool. I didn't know what to expect going into this because it looked like there's a lot of CGI in the trailer. It ended up being so much fun. I was just sitting there enjoying the heck out of myself. Robert Sheehan plays one of the lead guys in it named Tom, and there's 3 kick-ass ladies in it, and the set pieces in it were just, it was so cool. It's like 1,000 years in the future. I kind of had low expectations, I'm not gonna lie, and it really surpassed those. Visually, so much of it was so gorgeous and so captivating. I always go into these book to movie adaptations where I haven't read the book, visualizing as I watch the film what the book would be like, what the arcs would look like in the book as opposed to the film. I think they really tried hard to stick to what was in the book. And the world is so rich, and I'd love to know more. I'd love to hear your opinion if any of you have read any of the Mortal Engines books. I keep going to say the Mortal Instruments every single time, and they use like the same font, the Mortal Instruments and the Mortal Engines in the films, and that was just boggling my mind. And plus Robert Sheehan plays Simon Lewis. I'm gonna give it a B+. There were definitely some moments where it was like exposition, but I excused it because I was like, you know what, I'm okay with it. It's not like overwhelming me. I'm having fun. After the Christmas wedding planner, I had to watch a good Christmas movie. I needed to get that away from me. After that, I rewatched Paddington, which I didn't remember loving the first time I watched it. It was cute, but I didn't appreciate it like I should have. The way it's directed and shot and lit and the cinematography, oh my god, the sets, everything is gorgeous and so meticulous and so creatively done. I was so impressed. And then I watched Paddington 2, and it was even better. They're so beautiful. I love the way the director shows us the story and chooses to do certain things. Oh, the set designers. I can't get over the sets. The apartment that family lives in, or the house, or whatever it is so beautiful. And the storyline is so cute and so perfect and so heartwarming. I actually like the storyline better in the second one. I was in tears by the end of the second one. It was so cute. First one I'm gonna give an A-, and the second one I'm going to give an A+. Paddington is adorable. He has won me over. And the last book that I almost read this month, I'm gonna finish it tonight. Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra. Cassandra Clare. And there will be an entire video where I discuss this book with you. So I'm not going to go into it now. It's obviously amazing. It's Cassandra Clare. It's the last book in the Dark Heart of Fists trilogy, and it's so big. I have 200 pages left at this point. So watch out for that. Those are all the stories I ate this month. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of the things I talked about today and what your favorite story that you devoured this month was. Please recommend it to me. I'm Christine. I make videos every Tuesday. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.